Hello, everyone. This is Sharon Rosemaster Syl Diego. Today's tutorial is ATOMY binary line build strategy, do's and don'ts. As you know, ATOMY is the free online personal platform marketplace where you can shift your personal shopping for your daily goods over, receive point value, and receive both cashback and real generous residual income because members are connected and they share their PV. Everything is free and there's no obligations to buy anything. There's no gimmicks. So it's very doable. The secret to success with ATOMY is the line structure. And that's what we're going to talk about today in this tutorial. I'm going to share with you some do's and don'ts to organize your people and to place them and to work with them and to grow them into auto consumers and then partners for you all to be successful as a team to move from $2,000 a month to $100,000 a month of residual income. Let's go. The 5 advantages of building 2 power lines. ATOMY binary line strategy. ATOMY is a binary system where you build 2 lines of connected consumers. As a binary system, it's easier and faster to build 2 power lines. It's also easier to make commissions. It's very easy to duplicate. It's easy to educate partners. And even ordinary people can succeed with the ATOMY system. Even we have people that have very minimal education, very minimal experience, and even an 81-year-old person, young and hard, makes $80,000 a month in ATOMY. It's all possible because of ATOMY's righteous business plan. You see, ATOMY's commission plan or its compensation plan offers unlimited levels, which is very unique. Up to millions of people, if they shop and are connected to you, you get their PV and they also get your PV. We have unlimited savings, which means the PV goes and stays there until you get a check. There are no resets with ATOMY. No personal qualification PV resets, and no group PV resets. ATOMY has one global ID number, which means that each of us can be connected with people all over the world. And these generous aspects of the ATOMY compensation plan and the ATOMY binary system is why everybody can be successful. If you're in it, you can win it. In fact, some of our most successful people that are at the top success level of Imperial Master, they say it's a miracle if you do not succeed with ATOMY. Do make a list and organize people into subgroups. ATOMY binary line strategy. In ATOMY, we have masterships which give us big amounts of money. So it's very important not only to make a list of who you might introduce the wonderful ATOMY products, which are all absolute high quality at very absolute low price, lower than wholesale. So you know you're going to want to share with different people. What we want to do in ATOMY is cluster or combine people who know each other into subgroups before we even think of placing them on the left line, or the right line. So examples of some subgroups that you'll make are family, coworkers, neighbors, high school friends, college friends, faith community members, and children's friends' parents. These are just some examples. But what we want to make sure we do is if people know each other, then keep them together. What you want to do next is think about where you're going to place these subgroups. And there are some guidelines for this. So for example, when you come into a line, you're going to be on one main line. Usually that's the left line. And everybody's responsible for two lines. So your family is going to go on the right line as a matter of principle. Now you're also going to have coworkers, and we would suggest you put them on the left side, neighbors, and even college friends. Those people we suggest to put on your left line. And faith community, you could put them on the right line. Now, depending on your specific situation, there may be some variations. So for example, if you have a huge family with hundreds of cousins, well, maybe then you'll put your faith group on the left side because your right group family line will be so long and many people. On the other hand, if you do not have a lot of family, let's say you have just a handful of siblings and not many cousins, then you would definitely put your faith group there. If you don't have a faith group, you have very little family, then maybe you'd put your neighbors there, especially if they do know your family, especially childhood. So there is a variation depending on your specific situation, but the key point here is keep the subgroups together and put your family on your right line. And of course, never separate anybody who's in the same subgroup. Now, it's typical principle in a binary line system to put a few people at the beginning on your left line, same line you came in. That's the way that power lines grow. So maybe you'll pick your coworkers or your neighbors or your college friends, as we talked about, but start off by putting a few people on the left side. This is especially good if you're not even sure if you want to do the business. And the reality is that most people, when they start as a consumer in ATOMY, think they'll never want to do business with ATOMY. In fact, some of us don't even know that there is money to be made. That's the case with my wife and I. We were using the products for a year before we even knew that there was cash back or even some big income. So as you're introducing people to products, you want to register them, do put two people on your left side as a general matter of principle. Then when you are serious about making income, that's when you start to build your second line. So now you're going to start to register your family and other people if you need to. Now you're probably wondering, why are you telling us so strongly to keep people in subgroups? There's three reasons I want to share with you. The first is to avoid conflicts. You want to synchronize the people together. And if people know each other, then they are going to help each other, and we reward people to get mastership bonuses. And when people work together, know each other, then that's excellent. A second reason is that keeping people in subgroups creates synergy and momentum. So people get excited when they start to receive $60 checks and start to enjoy the products, and they share with each other, and everybody is going to benefit from not only the products, but the PV, and they're going to share that PV, and that's why we keep them together on a subgroup, in a subgroup on the same line. Also, by having subgroups, it shortens the time for us to reach the big money in ATOMY. So teamwork with subgroups equals power and speed in the ATOMY compensation system. Now, another big reason is that the three pots of money are best used when you have subgroups. So for example, one pot of money is our general commission. We can make up to $30,000 a month of general commission. And this is based only on point values. So theoretically, You could have many, many, many consumers, especially since we have unlimited levels of accumulated PV, and you could make $30,000 a month. Of course, that's the maximum for general commission. But I mentioned before we have a $100,000 potential, and that is the limit in ATOMY, $100,000 a month of income. And out of that $100,000 a month, 70,000 or 70% comes from mastership bonuses. Mastership bonuses are paid when our partners who joined after us and who work together with us in synergy receive masterships. So as you can see, the big money, 70,000, is from mastership bonuses. It's also faster if you're working with other people, both to gain new consumers and to gain new income-seeking business partners. Now, I do want to tell you that there is a third bucket, which is another big, big opportunity. We have one-time special promotions, and at each level of success, you receive a certain chunk of money, one-time cash, plus prizes. And if you add all of those cash one-time prizes up, it's just about $1.3 million. Very nice. In addition, there's a monthly debit card, use it or lose it, which at the highest level of Imperial Master reaches $120,000 a year. But let's come back to mastership bonus and the line strategy of how to work together with people in subgroups. Now, as we go up the ladder of success from $2,000 as a sales master on the bottom to our Imperial Master of $100,000, we're going to be working together with these different subgroups. And as you can see, $100,000 a month is $1.2 million, or equal to the salary of a president of a mid-sized company. So this is big, big money, and it pays to follow the best strategy. So you do want to listen to your sponsors who you have committed to work with together and who you have chemistry with, because they've been through this before and they're already rising. So they can help you with your strategy, help you grow as a leader, to be successful with your subgroups, and you're going to be part of their subgroups. Now that you know you need subgroups, to understand what we're doing, who do you contact first? Here are a couple of suggestions. First, look for customers. ATOMY is unique in that the products drive everything. We do not compensate you with any fee for recruiting anybody. That's done by other companies that call themselves MLMs. In ATOMY, it's all product driven. So we want customers who have faces, hair, body, or who want to grow their hair. We have that product too. But people who have needs for personal care, hygiene, hair care, supplements, food, all kinds of daily necessities we have. And so anybody can be a customer with ATOMY. And because the products are so high quality, we satisfy the people who love high quality. And the products are also very low price, at or below wholesale. So everybody really enjoys the products. So we do not want to look for people and tell them, will you do business with me? No, everything's free for customers and business people. So just get people to enjoy the products. So talk to people who are going to be your customers. The second thing to think about is mindset. Look for people on your list in those subgroups who are open-minded to new products. You know who they are. People that love to try the latest and greatest K-beauty products, because we are K-beauty from ATOMY Korea, and they're open to that. And also look for people who care about others. They love to help other people out, whether it's with their health condition, their beauty, or just in general. And of course, people who have a cooperative mindset. Those are the people from each of the groups. Try to find at least one person from each of your subgroup that has that kind of mindset and is willing to be a customer. The other thing to think about when you're first contacting people is, what is your relationship with them? Do you already contact them often? For example, weekly or daily? Do you already have a trust relationship with them? Third, are they local? Are they within 30 minutes? Because if they are, you'll have a chance to show them some product, maybe deliver some product at first so they don't have to feel obligated to sign up right away on the website. And also remember people that you are in contact with regularly, because they're going to be the easiest ones to have that conversation with about how great things are. They'll also be seeing you at a local event, whether it's your child's school, your office, as we know, or local relatives. So those are the three things to think about when you're contacting the first people in a subgroup. Don't split up people who know each other to different lines. This is a key ATOMY binary line strategy. Very important. Let's say you have people on your left side and your right side, and things are going very well. In fact, with your family on the right side, green here, they're getting very excited because you have lots of cousins and relatives and they just love the products. Now in ATOMY, you have to have a certain amount of PV on your left side and your right side to get your $60 check. That's 300,000 and 300,000 in total. And so let's say you have so many people on your right side, 10, 20 people, and you have only 2 or 3 people. And then you think about, oh, cousin Mary is going to come in to use this product. And now you're going to think about where to put cousin Mary. You have this uneven line growth, and you're concerned about that. But in ATOMY, uneven line growth is normal. Both uneven amount of members that are registered, as well as uneven amount of PV growth. So let that go. Most important is to keep people in subgroups because of that big money we talked about earlier. Let's look at an example, a scenario of this cousin Mary who's about to register. And you have 10 or 20 relatives on the right side, your right group. And you think, boy, that Mary, she's so friendly. She's so open-minded. She knows everybody. Let me break the rule and put her on the left side, because then I'll have more PV and I'll get more checks quicker. Now, the reason this is a mistake is because it's very short-sighted. So even though in this case of cousin Mary, you want to put on your left side, but think about what might happen. And we've seen this many times. Let's say you did put cousin Mary on the left side, and then cousin Mary is very active socially, and she starts to contact Uncle Al. Oh, Uncle Al loves cousin Mary. So he says, sure, I'll use the products and I'll even sign up. Now you have your dilemma. Your dilemma that Uncle Al is going to be signed up under Mary in this scenario. And what have you done? You've started to split the group, which is not good. And that's why you should even put cousin Mary on the right side with family, so that when cousin Mary gets Uncle Al to use the products and sign up, that Uncle Al and cousin Mary will be on the right side with the family. You'll all have synergy. Now, some of you still say, well, isn't it okay to break the rule sometime? Again, it's not beneficial for you, for cousin Mary, for Uncle Al, from Aunt Edna, because they're all losing out the synergy of the binary line system, and especially on the generous, unlimited levels of ATOMY. With you and all your family members in the same subgroup on your right line, it will create great synergy especially when you're buying products, your PV that each of you buy will benefit each other because with ATOMY, all the PV goes up the line. And after you're qualified, you're going to buy below on the line. So even the people below you are going to benefit from your PV. And so there's great combination of everybody shopping in the family to help each other. Also, whenever you recruit family members, it'll be so easy to encourage everybody to join. And with everybody on the same line, there'll be never any separation of the energy that you're all doing. All your energy to recruit people in the family will pay off because you're all on the same line, and it will all multiply the effect of your inviting people as well as your shopping. This is a good time to remind you of the guideline that in ATOMY, because of our generous compensation plan, 50 consumers is the typical maximum to handle for one person. That means 25 active consumers on the left, 25 active consumers on the right. Because you have to follow up with them to make sure they love the product, continue to introduce them to new products that they may benefit from. And so that's about it. Because we're not a sales business. We are helping consumers and they are driving the PV. But our role as income earners is not a salesperson forever. And for the big income, you only need to have 8 leaders on the left and 8 leaders on the right in order to have a strong enough team to rise all the way up to Imperial Master. So keep this in mind. Now, these 50 consumers and these 8 leaders, that includes people from some of your partners. So if you have 1 or 2 partners on your left and right, think about it. 2 other people, if everybody brings in 15 people, you've got 45 consumers right there. And that's the power of synergy with ATOMY. So that's something to think about, that you want to keep the principles because you're not going after number of people, but quality of people who love the products, who continue to shift their products over to ATOMY. And then eventually some of those consumers will be very excited to make cash back and then later residual income, especially as their economic situation changes. Do build 2 power lines with your own people. ATOMY binary line strategy. Here is a situation that we want to avoid. Don't put all your people on one power line. In this case, you see that these people in purple, I put all on the right. Now, this is, again, not a good way to go. Don't depend on upline people or your sponsors to register under your one line. As you can see on the left line under you, all these small registered people in blue. And after a month, you may realize that you've been putting all your people on your right side because you thought that there was a lot of people active and that you were just going to build up your right side so that you could make money quicker. Now, what you'll find after a month, usually or so, you're going to see that you have a lot of people on your right side and you know them all, but nothing is happening much on your left side. You realize there are not really many consumers. They're not really buying things. They're just a name registered. And you don't know any of these people to consider as possible partners in the future. Now, why does this happen? Well, this often happens because maybe you were a consumer, you or anybody, this is an example, that you were a consumer and you had no interest initially to be earning income. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. I'll use the products. And you were maybe registered for a year or so before you opened your eyes up and became interested to earn cash back and then to earn big income. So what happened maybe in some cases is that an upline sponsor said, oh, I have to motivate them. And they make an offer to say, oh, look at all the people below you. Look at this. You have so many people. Why don't you build your right line and then you'll be able to make money? Now, maybe the sponsor had a good intention to motivate you to get started. But if they're too strong or if they offer to build only one line, then what has happened? In some cases, people have registered almost all of their great people on that right line. And by the time they realize that nothing's happening on the left line, they've used up all their good people. It's like using up all your strong bullets in your gun. You're hunting. And you have no bullets left. You have no people left. So that's a problem. And it's very difficult to fix that problem. So that's why I'm making this video in part, is to give you examples to avoid so that you will be able to get to the real money quicker. So please don't put all your people on one power line. Likewise, if you're a sponsor, and so I hope that you can give them the right information to encourage them to build both of their lines. And I'm sure we all will. It's always the best practice to build two power lines with your people. As you can see here, instead of registering these two people on the line on my right side, I registered them on the left line. They were in the same group. And so I put them there, and look what happened. I am building two lines, which is the right way to do it, with my people. Because all of us are responsible to build two power lines strong with our own people. Because this is a trust business, it's best for us to know the people, and then as we all get interested to climb up that ladder to success, and we learn about the mastership bonuses, we'll be in a great position to start to work together as a team. Don't make a pig line. ATOMY binary line strategy. A pig line, you say? What's a pig line? Well, this is a pig line. As you can see here on my right side, in this scenario, case one, I've put my mom, my son, my best friend in red on this right line. Okay, that's good. That's following the principle of keeping your subgroup of family, maybe best friend, who's almost like family, on one line. But what's a pig club? Well, the pig club started when I decided to put my own people, A, B, C, and D, on the right line of my family members. Now, in this example of a pig club, maybe A and B were from my coworkers. Maybe D was from, my college friend. In any case, these were my people that were not my family or my close friend. Now, why might I have done it? Well, several reasons people do this. One, they wanted to motivate mom and the son to get involved with the business. And so they thought that if I put some people on the right side, that they could get a $60 check. And if they got a $60 check, they would open up their mind to work with me to make income. Now, this is unfortunately a practice that some people do, but it's very short-sighted for many reasons. First, by putting someone on your mom's right line, it doesn't mean that your mom is going to wake up and want to do the business, even if she loves the products. There's a saying that you can lead a horse to water, but you cannot make them drink. So it's not a good strategy to encourage somebody by building their right line. And of course, it goes against the principle of everybody builds two lines. In this case, your mom has to wake up, make a commitment to put her own people on the right line, which would tend to be her own coworkers, perhaps, or her own college friends. Another problem with this pig line or this pig club is that at some point, Person A is going to realize that, hey, are you using me for your mom to get a check? They're not going to be too happy. Same with B, C, and D. So, you have to remember, you don't want to use people. So this is a bad example of making a pig club because you put your own people on somebody's right side. And not only did you not motivate your mom, son, or best friend, perhaps, but it creates a problem for many members. Of course, it makes a problem for A and D and B and C, because let's say that A gets very excited and wants to do something. Well, your mom is not involved. She cannot help A. And so person A is not going to have support from your mom. So this also means that now you've created 3 lines, right? You have your left line, which we're not even talking about. Now you have your mom's right line. That's a 3rd line. We do not even want to talk about your son, which would be a 4th line, and your best friend, C. So what you've done is you've unnecessarily created multiple lines, and you've eliminated all the benefits of a 2-line power strategy and all the benefits of a 2-line binary system. And worst of all, you've forgotten about the motto principle of cherish the spirit. In ATOMY, we do not want to take advantage of anybody. So we have to think about the person's best interest when we place them. So for example, for person A, we have to think, what is the best place for that person to go? Likewise for C and B and D, where's the best place for them to go for their success? We want to do what's right for them. Do focus on growth point, ATOMY binary line strategy. Now, if you remember on the left here, case 1 was the pig club situation, which we want to avoid by all means. So what's the best way to build a line for the benefit of A, B, C, and D? Well, the best way is case 2. Build your power line or your second side. So for example, if A, B, C, or D were members of your faith community or childhood neighbors, and they all also know your mom and your son and your best friend, then it makes sense to put them on your right side with your family. But you are going to do the positive thing of putting A, B, C, and D underneath your mom, your son, and your best friend. So you're making a strong line. And this is going to benefit everybody together. Everybody is going to have the advantage of the point values that are being purchased all the way from the bottom line up the line. And that's very good for all of them, A, B, C, D. It's very good for your mom and your son and your best friend. It's also very good for you because you only have 2 power lines. Even better than that, when you have this powerful line strategy, you will have a growth point come out. So suddenly, person D decides they really love the products and they're sharing with their friend. They're going to register this person D1. And they're really excited and they're using more products and they're going to register D2. Because it's always a great idea, put those 2 people on your same line that you came into and grow the power line. And you've taught them that. So D is following this principle and you've already seen D get very excited. But more than that, they're so excited that they want to make money, not just share products. And so they're going to introduce their family member D3, D4, D5, and even D6. And they are coming to the meetings. They are really a committed partner. They're consulting with you, and you really have this growth point in your power line. And that's what we're really waiting for. As I mentioned before, we are building lots of consumers on our power lines with the hope that someone will rise up and start to grow their own two lines. And this is a perfect example of that, of your friend D. Do seek a partner who is millionaire minded. ATOMY binary line strategy. Now here's our case 2 of a very strong power line on your right side. And you've already had that person D who's growing. And by the way, that person A is coming to the meeting, suddenly coming to the meeting, and now they're introducing their family, so they're growing. But person D is the one that's really on fire. He's helping his person D4 and D5 to grow their second line. And he's helping others D1 and D2 also. So this person is really the target for you in your strategy. It's all about moving people from a consumer to a cashback earner to an income earner. And when you find this person D who really initiates their own growth and works closely with you, that is the goal, to find a millionaire-minded partner. Do revisit dormant members after growth point is running fast. ATOMY binary line strategy. After you have a millionaire-minded person like a person D, and they're growing their partners to have two lines, then that's a very great time to really leverage their activity and success to go upline to people that are benefiting from all the PV on their leg of power line and your right line, right? So this is a great time to go to C, go to your mom or maybe your son and say, hey, look, guys, you've got all this PV coming up on your left side. So wouldn't you be interested to build your two lines? Remember, they're going to put people on the main power line, especially two people first, to keep growing their left line with you as a power line, but they're also going to start to build their right line, just like A has done, right? They've already started to build their right line. So once the power is coming up of PV from a motivated millionaire-minded partner, it's a great way to build your team by waking up people and helping them, encouraging them to build their two lines. Have them come to the meeting, come to consultations, and do this. But remember, make sure everybody is online and agrees to the principle of building two power lines for themselves, and of course, avoiding any pig lines to come out. In ATOMY binary line strategy, the goal is to build 7 core partner leaders. What is the 7 core? Well, this is the ultimate goal. You see, you are right there at the top, and the core partner leaders are like this. You have 3 of them on your left side and 3 of them on your right side. And these are people that are motivated, committed, coming to the meetings, doing their daily habits of success, consulting with you, working together, sharing the goal for what mastership bonus they're going for next and the timeline. And you guys are like the people in a crew rowboat where you're all pulling together and in sync, the same speed and interest and activity. So these 7 partners are really so close to you, and this is what you want to be able to be successful, and all of you to benefit from ATOMY's righteous compensation plan, and the mastership bonuses will be much easier to reach if you have your 7 core partner leaders. Just like you taught them to be an auto consumer and then help them to become a cashback earner and further help them to be an income-seeking mastership leader, you are going to teach them also to build their own 7 cores. So when your 7 core partner leaders duplicate you, you will achieve the power network of partner leadership. You see, this is really the strength of a binary line system. So this is why this is the ultimate goal. Because if you have 7 core partners, that gives you at the top 49 partner leaders. So you are a sales master factory, a diamond master factory. You're going to make imperial masters out of yourselves and everybody below you if you teach everybody to duplicate this last step of successful binary line strategy. We can do it, right? Always consult with your experienced sponsor to build your line structure. ATOMY binary line strategy. This is a pro tip. Always consult with your experienced sponsor. You see, line building is key to do with strategic member placement. It's all about where you put people and how you combine them. The best way to do this is to work closely with your experienced sponsor, who's your best resource, because they have so many cases that they've dealt with, so many personalities, so many group dynamics with your subgroups. They have more experience than you do now. And since they're ahead of you, above you in the line, they probably have been doing many, many more years than you. And so they've come across many scenarios and they'll always have great advice for you. So that's why an experienced sponsor is your best resource. And what they do is they help you set the right structure. So the structure is your line structure, where you're placing people, where you're putting and subgrouping people together, right? Because in ATOMY, you place people once and done. We do not move around and we do not have any breakaway of teams. So the key placement when somebody first registers is what is important. And so from the beginning, it's best to consult with an experienced sponsor. You'll be very happy that an experienced sponsor will be able to help you avoid mistakes. Doesn't mean that they'll help you avoid all mistakes, because we always learn by mistakes and we can't prevent everything bad from happening. But the more you consult with your sponsor and learn the way that it's part art and part science, then that's why you're going to be able to gain deep insight and experience so that in the future, you'll be able to guide your downline partners. And that's what's so important about having a good connection with the right sponsor. Together with your experienced sponsor, you'll learn how to create synergy. First, you and them, and then your downline partners will start to work together, synchronized, same thinking, same mindset, same heart set. You'll be working together for challenges. And so your experienced sponsor will guide you and teach you, mentor you, coach you how to do this. And it's by learning on the job, so to speak, that you're going to get the knowledge, the realistic knowledge, the art and the science or methods of how to build the right line structure to benefit from the generous compensation system that ATOMY offers. Now, remember, it's always a great idea to consult with your sponsor for years and years, because they'll always be ahead of you. And as you know, 2 minds are better than 1 mind. And then 3 minds are better than 2 minds. So you're going to consult with your sponsor. You're going to demonstrate the benefits of this to your downline partners. And together, you're going to be successful. Because with ATOMY, as you know, 70,000 of our monthly income can come by mastership bonuses. That's why it's so important to structure your subgroups together the right way, work with your sponsor who's experienced as your coach and mentor to make sure that line structure is the most synergistic, that people are working together. And that is the key to ATOMY success. Building your line structure And the most and best resource for that is an experienced sponsor. So you know you're going to do it. You're going to learn how to be a great sponsor by following your own sponsor, and that's going to duplicate and duplicate and duplicate. Now, how do you find your sponsor? Look for somebody who has knowledge, has the right principles of ATOMY, that you have chemistry with, and that you really look up upon. Because as we build our success together, we're spending a lot of time together. And as we have more residual income, we're going to actually enjoy our lives together with our money, our freedom, and our social contribution. So it's good to have the same chemistry, or sometimes people say the same code, so that we respect each other and we can live our lives together within ATOMY and outside in the world together as we travel, as we teach other people the wonderful freedom, financial freedom, health freedom that we have with ATOMY. Key points to remember: ATOMY binary line strategy. 1, line building is the most important strategy in ATOMY. 2, everybody is responsible for 2 power lines. 2, just 2, left and right, or left and right line, left and right group. A strong line stimulates all with point values. Because ATOMY is unlimited levels, that everybody gets credit for millions of people down, all the way on up. And since you, after you satisfy your qualification, you're going to be buying on the bottom of the line, having a straight, solid line stimulates those point values for everybody, so everybody can make cash back quickly, and eventually everybody can make mastership bonus quickly. 4, watch for growth point, then nurture it. Now, this is another reason to work with your sponsor, because they have a lot of experience of finding those growth points. And sometimes as a new person in a year or so, you may not be able to interpret who is very interested in the products, who's very interested in the business, and if they have the right personality to really commit to ATOMY and go. So watch for the growth point, nurture it, work on it together with your sponsor. Because in ATOMY, you're not working alone, right? You're working together with your sponsor, your partners, and with your consumers. So this is something that is very beneficial compared to any other where in life where you make money, because everybody gets rewarded for the team effort at ATOMY. So don't forget, please remember, you're not working alone. Any question, talk to your sponsor and bring up any issue, because we're in this for life, a wonderful life with ATOMY. You need about 50 consumers. That's on both of your power legs. So about 25 and 25, left and right. Now, it may sound like a lot, may sound like a little, but again, you're not working alone. So some of these consumers will be from your partners, from your consumers. So this is the focus initially, get those 50 consumers. In order to make the big money with mastership bonuses, you need about 8 to 10 serious business partners per line. 8 to 10 serious business partners. And remember, some of these business partners will come from, maybe 2 of these business partners will bring in another 2. So again, you're working together. But each person has to be able to count up about 8 to 10 serious business leaders, serious business partners that are working together to make the mastership bonuses. Remember to build your 7 core leaders to reach your masterships, the big money, quickly. So 7 core is something to remember. It does take time, so be patient. But as you're working hard, you're going to identify the first partner, second partner, third partner, then they're going to help you bring other partners in. So focus on this as your big goal, to find those 7 core partners so we can leverage the wonderful compensation system of ATOMY that rewards teamwork and synergy. Once you start to get your 7 core partners, even if you only have 3 of them at a time, start working with the partners together to help them achieve their 7 core, because that's also their goal. You want to have everybody working with a 7 core, right? 3 leaders on your left, 3 leaders on your right, all the way up to the mastership level of mastership, imperial master, the top level. Remember, number 10, ATOMY is a relationship trust business. It's all about human relations, building trust, having experiences that confirm that you really respect each other, working with each other. And so that is the big fuel that drives the momentum of yourself, your team. It gets through all the difficult times if you have this trust. But it's not always easy. There are difficult situations that you have to work through with your partners and with your sponsor. But like, putting gold into a furnace, it burns it up sometimes because of the difficulty, but eventually it's refined and it's pure, and you can trust that person with anything. You have a lifelong friend, business partner that you can rely on each other for everything. Finally, number 11, remember to always consult with your experienced sponsor, and for many years, because at every step of the success ladder, moving from consumer to sales master, auto sales master, making $2,000 to $4,000 a month, up to $100,000 a month, which is $1.2 million. At every level, there are know-how, case studies, just insights that people have who've gone before you. I mean, that's how our whole world has evolved, right? We have mentors and teachers that know a bit more than we do. They've made more mistakes than we have, but they want us to learn from their mistakes as well as our own mistakes. So that's number 11. By following the key strategies, the practices to avoid, and the key points of the binary line build strategy, we can all achieve ATOMY success as soon as possible. Thank you for listening. The intention was for this to be helpful for you to build your structure successfully as early as possible. Please share this information with your team, discuss it with your sponsor, figure out how to accelerate everyone's success by following these important do's and don'ts for the ATOMY binary line building strategy. Thanks for watching this tutorial, and wishing you every success with the ATOMY lifestyle. Let's change our lives and change the world with ATOMY. Aja, aja, aja. Till next time, bye for now. Syl Di Diego, Sharon Rose Master.